Hello, my name's Caroline Wright. I'm an academic and researcher at Monash University, and I'm one of the members of the steering committee on the Australia-New Zealand Medical Radiations Research Network. I'm here with my colleague, Peter Kench.
Hi everyone, my name's Peter Kench. I'm from the University of Sydney, also an academic and researcher and a member of the steering group for the network.
First of all, we'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of all the lands that we're participating in the conference from today. And we'd like to acknowledge and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. What we'd like to do today is to provide an insight to practitioners, clinical practitioners, academics, anybody involved in medical radiation practice really, about what the research network involves, and to give you some ideas as to how you can get involved in research and start that conversation and start collaborating with each other as novices and even as experts. We want to really increase the awareness of research within our network and foster that evidence-based approach to practice. Our presentation is going to focus really on that perspective, and after our presentation we have also got some members of our research network who will talk to the reasons why they joined the network and what they've actually got out of that network. So really what we're looking to do with our Australian-New Zealand Medical Radiations Research Network is to foster collaboration and move research forwards in all of the different disciplines of medical radiation practice, both in Australia, New Zealand, and now internationally. As you see on this map, we now cover all states and territories in Australia and also North and South Island of New Zealand. We've got over 450 members now, and that means 450 people networking, connecting together via our website, at conferences, through social media. And we're really trying to expand our membership so that we can move research focus really forwards in our professions. So the aim of the network really is to promote medical imaging and radiation sciences research, to involve like-minded people in the conversation about research, getting started in research, and also about how to establish really crucial connections, because we know that we can't do research independently on our own all of the time. And the value that the community has is really important in terms of promoting what we do and also engaging as novices, as researchers, and also moving our skills forwards. And we've got a number of different resources, platforms and mechanisms that we run through the network to help and assist practitioners move forwards in that way. The objectives of the network are to provide a central web space for researchers, and we do that through our online presence, and you'll see at the bottom of each of the slides our network web space address. So we have a web page, and we have web addresses and also contact addresses, profiles of practitioners, clinical practitioners, academics, and other people who are involved in different roles in medical imaging, radiation therapy studies, research aware people. We are creating this network for collaboration so that we can strengthen our research skills and strengthen research practice. We also want to provide the opportunity to support each other in what we do with research, and also to educate everybody and educate ourselves, learn from one another in terms of what we can actually achieve with research and what we can achieve not just as individuals but as a community of practitioners with research. And ultimately we want to improve the quantity of research activities and also the quality of research activities, ultimately to improve patient care and also student education, for example. And as I say, we've got a number of mechanisms that we actually provide to practitioners to achieve these. Our membership consists of academics, clinicians, researchers, educators, and also students. And involving students in the conversation early about research, we feel as a group is really important. radiation therapists, radiographers and medical imaging practitioners, MRI practitioners, sonographers, mammographers, and also nuclear medicine technologists, practitioners are very welcome to join our network. And not only, we started off as an organisation within Australia and New Zealand, but it's not only Australia and New Zealand now that we are kind of expanding into. We've got practitioners from overseas who have been interested in becoming members and sharing and learning together as a community.
Thanks, Caroline. Now, some of the benefits of being involved. So what we're hoping to do through the network is to increase research participation within our membership. It's a great opportunity for us to facilitate communication and collaborations on research projects. And within our group are some excellent mentors that can sort of support people who are commencing their research journey. We're hoping that we can look for opportunities for encouraging multi-centre research, because we believe that is where some of the best evidence can be created, when we've got multiple centres involved in projects and the research outputs and implementation are significant across various research centres. We hope to help facilitate a path to publication. So not only is it important to perform the research, but without disseminating it, we don't give other people the opportunity to gain the benefit from the knowledge that's been learnt. So publications, conference presentations are great ways for us to disseminate and communicate the findings of the great research that we're doing within our disciplines. We're hoping through the network and through the support that can be provided, the educational opportunities that we provide as well, that the quality of the publications will also improve. And part of dissemination is the transfer of knowledge, but it can be the transfer of the knowledge of the research findings, but it also can be the transfer of knowledge between various collaborators and mentors and mentees. We're an Australian and New Zealand network, but we are engaging with researchers also internationally. Some of our research conversations involve people from the UK and Canada. So we do have an international impact in the work that we're doing. Next slide, please, Caroline. So how do you connect with us? Well, we've got a number of social media platforms that you can find us on. Search for us on Facebook using our acronym of our network. You can contact us on Twitter through @ANZMRRN. And if you go to YouTube and search using, once again, our acronym, you'll find all the previous research conversation webinars that we've produced, as well as some information pieces such as this presentation as well will be posted. So it's a great way to access the resources that we've created. So please reach out to us on one of those or all of those social platforms. We have information there to support and inform you there. Next slide, please, Carl. So what do you need to do now to engage in the network? Well, you can head to the website. Once again, you can see the website on the screen, so please jot that down. Pretty easy to remember. Just remember the acronym and put www in front. .org, or just search for us on using Google or your favorite search engine. You'll find us quite easily. Joining the network is free. You don't need to put in a lot of information, but once you do that, you become part of our mailing list. We won't inundate you with lots of emails, but we'll send you an e-blast with up-and-coming events that you can engage with us on the network, and up-and-coming research conversation webinars, and how to register for those webinars so you can become part of that learning series. You get an opportunity to create your online profile so people can learn a little bit more about you, but you put as much or as little information up there as you like. So we encourage you to get involved. There's lots of opportunities to get involved. There's things that we do at conferences, the research conversations, and we'll keep you informed about the activities that we have planned as part of an organisation. So engagement gives you a chance to learn more about research, to become researchers yourself. And we know through being researchers, we have an opportunity to make a difference in our profession, because we create new knowledge. We can find and generate the evidence for better ways of doing things. And that's part of the aim of this particular network, is to help foster research within our particular professions and support people who want to start that journey, but even, people who are quite experienced researchers who will learn from being engaged in the network as well. So we accept all researchers from different stages in their journey. So please join our webinars. And just to tell you a little bit about our research conversation webinars, they've been going since, I think from 2017. We did our first webinar in December of 2017. And since then, we've done 12 webinars in total, and we're planning a new series of webinars in 2022, and they should be starting up in June or July. We try to do about 4 webinars a year, but it just depends on the availability of various staff and the various topics that we've got coming up in the future. So the sort of things that we've done in the past, we've looked at the methodology of research, some of the findings, and we've also talked about the process of being a researcher. They're usually recorded for 45 to 50 minutes. They're live, so you're welcome to join the live webinar. We invite a panel of novices and experts to talk about their particular area of experience and research expertise. And so we just have, as the name of the webinars are called, they're conversations. So there are people talking about the various areas that they work within. We normally have a set of questions, but we also open the questions up to participants in the webinar to reach out and talk to our various panel members. So they're really quite casual, informative. And if you, like me, I find conversations are quite easy to listen to hear people talking about something that they're passionate about. It's not like a formal lecture where someone's talking at you. It really is engaged, interested people talking about things that they're passionate about. So just to give you an idea of some of the previous topics that we've had, we've talked about types of research training, how to go about finding a research mentor, how to start research, I think is a really important topic. And we talked about aspects of research methods such as data collection and analysis, examples of audits type research, and skills required or methods for doing qualitative research. And we've also had a special presentation on the basics of statistics, which is really important for not only research planning, but research analysis. So we have good tools to actually demonstrate what was significant about the work that we've actually done. So we're about to, like I mentioned, we're about to start our next webinar series for 2022. We had a bit of a slow start at the year. Lots of people being impacted by COVID-19. But we're about to get going again. And our first topic will be on cultural safety in research. So we hope to have that coming up in June or July. And we'll send an email out to all our members. So please join our network and you'll be on our mailing list, and we'll inform you about the details and how you register for that webinar. We're also going to do a survey of our members as well. We'd be quite interested to hear what people want to hear about in the future in our research conversation webinars. And we're also looking for people to volunteer as well. If you feel like you'd like to make a contribution to our research webinars, we're more than welcome to have you on the panel and to be a presenter as well. If you have any ideas that you'd like to hear in the future, you can also contact me directly. I think my email address has been displayed, but if not, it's peter.kench, KENCH, @sydney.edu.au. Next slide, please, Caroline. So we have, we don't charge registration fees, so we're free and it's pretty easy to join, but we are supported by great organisations and vendors, and we'd like to acknowledge those people who help us with the important financial support that allow us to run the websites and the research conversations, and where there are expenses involved, help support us through those various financial aspects, which means that, as I mentioned, we can keep the membership to a zero cost. So thank you to ASMIRT and ANZMRRN. Also, some of the vendors, Gamma Gurus, Electra, NL-Tech, Trog, Logic Plus. And we also acknowledge the current and previous members of the ANZMRRN steering group who have dedicated their time and efforts to keep the organisation going. They're all volunteers, all very passionate about the research on the topic, and And, please join the steering group. If you don't have to be a research expert to join the steering group, we have novices involved as well. So all are welcome if you feel like this is an area that you'd like to make a contribution. Thanks, Caroline.